This is an initial quick overview of a GitHub open source project to inject custom JavaScript into SharePoint, in particular here, SharePoint Online. One of the reasons for this was because we wanted to be able to inject custom JavaScript into the new document library UI that was recently provided in SharePoint Online in the beginning of 2016. You can get this at github.com/eoverfield/sp-custom-script-action. So that's the project. You can go ahead and download all of the JavaScript that we're about to go through here. Okay, so what I have done is I've created a simple little demo site here, and if I refresh this site, what we're going to see in particular here is in the console, nothing's going to happen. And now on the I have the document library here. It's just the site collection documents. I have the new UI applied to it, and again, when I refresh this, nothing happens. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is in PowerShell, I'm going to go ahead and enable a PowerShell script here that's going to go and install a JavaScript file, and then it's going to go ahead and make that JavaScript get loaded by default as a custom action. Okay, so that occurred. So now if we go ahead and we refresh our home page, what we're going to see is some JavaScript was used and a console log was created that says just jQuery loaded. Now if we go to the UI, the new UI for the document library, we're going to see that same exact JavaScript get fired, which is pretty cool. So now just using this JavaScript embed, we could add all sorts of branding. You could add all of your own JavaScript. You could embed some CSS links. You could then go into the DOM and you can completely manipulate the entire DOM. You could do quite a lot. So let's go ahead and see how we actually put this whole thing together. The first thing we do is we have our PowerShell script. It's the enable SP custom script action. It takes some parameters. In particular, it takes the URL that you want to apply this to, and then it can also take their credentials as well. I prefer to just go ahead and go get my credentials first, and then you'll see that I then use those credentials after that. What this script is doing is it's connecting to our site. It's going to go ahead and provision an infrastructure XML template, which is going to install a file. After that's done, it's going to go ahead and provision another template. In this case, it's going to be a template that includes a custom action that will do all of our magic. Also included is a disable script, in case you want to disable it. All this really does is it removes the custom action that we've created in the first one. So let's go look at the infrastructure. Now, if you have been working with the PNP responsive UI that was released by Microsoft, this should look very familiar because this was built off of that basic infrastructure. What I'm doing here is I'm taking a file, custom script actions.js, a JavaScript file, and I'm going ahead and I'm asking it to be put into the style library /custom.script.action folder, and I'm always forcing an overwrite. That's pretty simple. That's the first thing that's done. We're adding a JavaScript file. The next thing that we do is we're going to go ahead and run some custom actions here. We want to add a custom action. In this case, we're adding a site scoped custom action instead of a web scoped. And we're going to now go ahead and define that custom action. Okay, so what are we doing here? We need a name. We want it to be a script link. This is important because we found that only script links are allowed in the new document UI. And then I'm linking to a source file. I'm going to link to the current infrastructure URL that I have. That's a parameter that I've sent to this, so that's the current URL I'm at. And then I'm going to go ahead and look at the that style library /custom script action folder, and then I'm just saying load that JavaScript file. So this is some really easy stuff here. We've added a JavaScript file and we've created a custom action that says, hey, we would like to go ahead and make this custom action now work. So let's look at the JavaScript file as the last file. I've used basically again the code from that was provided in that responsive UI. I took a load script URL function they gave, and for the fun of it, I said, okay, let's go ahead and load script. Let's go ahead and load the jQuery library from a CDN, and then just run my console log. That's really the script. That's all that's happening here. You could then add all of your own custom JavaScript here that says, hey, you know, replace this and add your own JavaScript, or after jQuery is maybe loaded, you want to do something. The responsive, the document library UI is based off of Knockout, and you could bind to Knockout. You could do all kinds of stuff, but hopefully this is a good, quick introduction to how you can use the custom script, the custom action, and registering a script link with a script source or script URL to then go ahead and load your own custom script. Let's go ahead and just quickly look to see how this does work. If we view the source of that particular file, we will see that our custom action is just getting loaded right here. It's just a normal script link. We also would have seen that in the network tab. If we look at scripts, we'll see that our custom script action.js is being loaded. If we go to the custom UI of the new document or library UI, let's go ahead and view source here. And what we're going to find is that, let's keep going all the way down here. I'm going to look through all the customs here. And you can see all this code, this amazing code that's being loaded. But at the bottom, our JavaScript is being injected as well for us. So we can see here near the bottom, our JavaScript is in fact loaded the way we'd expect it to. I hope this was a good quick demo. Again, let's go and look at the last URL. If you want to grab the code that was necessary to make this work, go to github.com/eoverfield/sp custom script action. Hope this helped.